Shay, third straight year, you guys got a sweep in the first round. What kind of sense of satisfaction comes with the sweep?
It is a really good feeling. Just for like confidence wise as a group, it's good to get like the playoff run started off that way. Like it's just important to get off to a good foot. Like you never know what can happen, and usually the later you go, the better the team. So the series don't get like that. But you want to give yourself as many days that you can rest, and the more you can sweep, the better off, and the more days you have to rest. So it's pretty important.
This shouldn't be happening. The modern NBA is built to stop players like this. Long defenders, switchable lineups, complex help schemes, everything is designed to take away isolation scoring. And yet, it doesn't matter. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is walking into playoff games and controlling them like it's practice. Not just scoring, not just efficiency, control. 30 points feels normal now. Double teams feel useless. Elite defenders look stuck, and that's the contradiction. Because everyone knows exactly what he's about to do. Same spots, same rhythm, same moves, so why can't anyone stop it? Why does it feel like the more prepared teams are, the worse it gets? Because this isn't just a hot run, it's not momentum, it's not luck, something else is happening here. And if you don't see it yet, you're already behind. So before we try to answer that question, you need to see what's actually happening on the floor. Because once you do, it changes everything. Let's start with what looks obvious. Game after game, possession after possession, he's doing the same thing. High pick, isolation, mid-range pull-up, drive, foul. It sounds simple, but it's not. Watch closely. He's not rushing. He's not forcing anything. He's waiting. There's a moment right before the defender reacts, a pause, a hesitation, and in that split second, the defender makes a decision. That's when it's over, because once they commit, he's already gone. Not fast, not explosive like you'd expect, just precise. Against elite perimeter defenders, the result is the same. They slide, he stops, they recover, he shifts, they reach, he draws contact. And suddenly, what should be a good defensive possession turns into free throws or an easy bucket. Again and again, this isn't one game, it's not even one series. It's consistent across matchups, across schemes, across pressure situations. Late game, tie score, shot clock winding down. Everyone in the arena knows who's getting the ball, and it still doesn't matter. That's not normal. Because in the playoffs, predictability gets punished unless you're the one controlling the terms. And that's the part people are missing. He's not reacting to the defense. The defense is reacting to him. Every step, every pause, every look, it's deliberate, it's calculated, and most importantly, it's repeatable, which means this isn't a streak. It's a system that doesn't rely on speed or size or even shooting variance. It relies on control. And once you have that, everything else bends around it. That's why double teams don't feel aggressive. They feel late. That's why help defense doesn't look sharp. It looks confused because they're not dictating anything. They're chasing, and chasing in the NBA is losing. So now the question changes. It's not how many points he's scoring. It's not how efficient he is. It's something deeper. How is he controlling every possession without overwhelming athleticism? How is he making elite defenders look like they're guessing? And more importantly, what happens when teams run out of answers? If you're starting to see it, stay with me, because what comes next is where this really turns into a problem. At first, teams tried the obvious fix, put a bigger defender on him. Length, strength, disrupt the angles didn't work. He slowed the game down even more. Back them up, forced them to reach, free throws, mid-range, same result. So they switched, quick guards, stay in front, cut off the drive. That didn't work either, because now he had space, more room to pause, more room to read. And once the defender blinked, it was over again. So coaches went deeper into the playbook, double teams. Early traps forced the ball out of his hands. And for a moment, it looked better until it didn't. Because he doesn't panic, he doesn't rush passes, he doesn't force decisions, he waits just long enough to pull the defense towards him. Then one pass, not flashy, not risky, just precise. And suddenly the entire defense is rotating out of position. Corner open, cut lane open, second pass leads to a wide open look. So now the defense has a new problem. If you stay home, he scores. If you help, everyone else eats. And the worst part is, he knows exactly when you're about to break. Watch the fourth quarter, close game, possession matters. That's when it gets uncomfortable. Defenders stop being aggressive. They hesitate because they've already been burned. And hesitation in the NBA is death. No, he's not just beating defenses. He's controlling their confidence. And once that's gone, the scheme doesn't matter anymore. So what do? You switch everything, try to remove decisions completely, but that creates mismatches. No, big is on him, and we're back to the beginning. Except worse, because now the floor is spaced, no help is coming, and he knows it. Every adjustment creates a new weakness. Every solution becomes another problem. And this is where the tension spikes, because we've seen this before. Players get hot, defenses struggle for a series, but eventually something works. Except here and nothing is working. Different teams, different styles, same outcome. So the real question becomes unavoidable. If single coverage fails, if double teams fail, if switching fails, then what actually stops him? And that's where most people are still looking in the wrong place. They're looking at the moves, the crossovers, the footwork, the finishing, but that's not the real weapon. That's just the surface. The real answer is hidden in something much harder to see, something that doesn't show up in highlights, something that doesn't show up in the box score. And once you see it, everything clicks because this isn't about speed. It's not about size. It's not even about scoring. It's about control. Control of timing, control of space, control of decisions. He's not playing faster than the defense. He's playing on a different clock. Think about that. Every defender is trained to react to rhythm, to patterns, to expected timing, attack on the catch, drive on the second dribble, pull up after the screen. That's the language of the game, and he breaks it. He pauses when you expect acceleration. He accelerates when you expect a reset. He holds the ball just long enough to make you uncomfortable, and in that discomfort, you make the mistake. It's subtle, almost invisible, but it's constant. And that's why elite defenders look normal against him, because they're reacting to the wrong signals. They're reading the game correctly, just not his version of it. It's like trying to guard someone who controls time, not just space. You can be in the right position and still be wrong. That's the trap. That's why help defense is always a step late. That's why rotations feel rushed. That's why contests don't land, because the timing is broken. And once timing is broken, the system collapses. So now we're not talking about a scoring run. We're talking about something deeper, a player who can manipulate when decisions happen. And if you control that, you control everything. So here's the real question. If the defense is reacting to the wrong timing, and he's the one setting the clock, is there even a way to adjust? Or are we watching a problem that doesn't have a solution? If you're seeing what I'm seeing, I want to hear it. Because this is where it gets interesting. Drop your take below. Is this just elite shot making or something the league isn't ready for? Now here's where it stops feeling like a matchup problem and starts feeling like something bigger. Because once you understand that he's controlling timing, everything else starts to line up. Look at the consistency, same spots on the floor, same reads, same results, night after night, different defenders, different game plans. It doesn't change. That removes the biggest doubt. This is not variance. This is not a streak. This is repeatable. And repeatable dominance in the playoffs, that's where things get dangerous. Because playoff basketball is supposed to expose you, take away your strengths, force you into discomfort. But here it's the opposite. Length, shot making, you can test perfectly and it still goes in. But this is different because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is combining both. He slows the game like Luka. He scores efficiently like Durant. Then what exactly are you taking away? Nothing. That's the answer. And teams are starting to feel it. You can see it in late game possessions. No aggression, no disruption, just containment. They're not trying to stop him anymore. They're trying to survive him. That's when you know it's different. Because in the NBA, once defenses stop believing they can stop you, it's over. And here's where it gets even more concerning. Playoff basketball slows down, less transition, more half court, more reads, more decision making. That should make things harder. Instead, it's making them better. More time to control pace, more time to manipulate defenders, more time to create that hesitation window. So this isn't peaking, it's scaling. And if that's true, then this isn't the ceiling. It's the baseline. Now project that forward, more experience, more reps, more confidence, same control. That's not just an all-star level player. That's something else, something the league has to adjust to or accept. And history tells us when a player reaches this level of control, the league doesn't solve it immediately. It adapts slowly after damage is already done. So now we come back to the original question. Why can't anyone stop him? Because they're trying to defend actions when the real problem is the system behind them. A system built on patience, timing, decision control. And right now, nobody's disrupting it. So the question isn't if he'll keep doing this, it's how far it goes. Because if this continues, we're not just watching a playoff run, We're watching the beginning of a shift, a different way to dominate the game, a different way to control outcomes. And maybe if no defense has an answer today and his control is only getting sharper, what does this look like in 2 years? Is this just dominance? Or are we watching the start of something historic? If you're seeing it too, you already know what to do. Subscribe because this story is just getting started.